Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the Philippines, when are they going to open, when's the world going to open for that matter. And I've been watching the news lately, and I had predicted like maybe in May they would open. And I just saw a couple of other countries, I believe they're Caribbean countries and a couple of Pacific Island nations, that said that they were shutting down more. They were going to pretty much lock out foreigners. So with that said, and this late in the game, and I do see things opening up over here a little bit because they're letting in Balikbayans. I believe they open up to SRRV people too. I think I heard that the other day. Somebody was saying something about they're open up to the people that have the SRRV visas, which is me. So if I had left before, some people were locked out. I believe those people are allowed to come back in now. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's something I heard, like secondhand information. But you may want to check on that. So, but I do know that like the 36 nations that were locked out, they did reopen to that. But things change here so quickly. Like one day they open up, the next day they close again. So what I tell people is this. When they do open, I would wait like a good 2 or 3 months before you come in here, because you don't want to lose your ticket or get over here and find out that you're locked out or something like that because you can't get in because they changed the rules as you were on the flight over here or something like that. And with the world changing so fast, guys, it's not worth the risk. It just wait it out, be patient. You'll get here, is what I say to people. I mean, we have things over here where I see things, it seems like things are opening up, and then all of a sudden I see things going backwards again. And I went to this mall over in Alabang the other day, and when I got there, they wanted me to put this app on my phone so they could trace me inside the mall. And I couldn't download the app, so I had to go in and get some kind of card. And I was like, wow, this is really, really like talk about taking away privacy rights. But I understand what they're trying to do. And every time you went to a store, you had to scan these things with your phone, okay? And they would tell them where you were, and it would track you so that they could trace the virus. If you brought the virus in, okay? And I understand why they're doing it. I'm okay with that. But it seems like we're going like we're this late in the game, and we should be coming out of this soon because we got vaccinations coming out. We have a bunch of other, let me move here a little bit. We have a bunch of other things going on too, like I just don't see a lot of, the virus around here. Not to say that it isn't here, because it is. But, I mean, we have to wear our face shields over here. We have to wear our masks, and that's okay. Everybody's, we're all okay with that. But I don't know what's going to happen here in the coming months. And I do, like I said, sometimes I think that things are opening up and they're getting better, and then all of a sudden, boom, they go backwards. And each barangay or province is different, in the way they handle things. And some handle more heavy-handed than others, and some places are more lenient than others, okay, because they don't have much of the virus around or whatever. Okay, so that's what's going on. So what's going to happen in the next year? Yeah, the vaccinations are being rolled out in the United States, but here they're still negotiating the loans to buy some of these vaccinations, but some are being donated here, okay, by other countries and stuff like that to help the Philippines. Now, I know that they're supposedly going to the World Bank or something, from an article I read online, and they're trying to get some money for vaccinations from what I read. And they want to try to get everybody in the Philippines vaccinated. Well, some people might not want to get vaccinated, and I'm not sure if they will, because there's a lot of things out there that people are talking about with these vaccinations, and some people think that they could be dangerous, or some people are anti-vaxxers or whatever, and I'm not on one side or the other, but so I'm not going to jump into that conversation by no means, but I know there's people out there that go that route. But anyway, yeah, I think maybe by the end of this year, hopefully, we'll start opening up, maybe sooner, maybe still in May. Maybe by God willing, we'll be open in May or June or something like that. But right now, at this very moment, to be honest with you, I'm really not sure because of what I'm seeing in these other countries, you know. And when these other countries start, you know, saying we're going to lock down and we're going to keep foreigners out, then that tells me that the Philippines is probably going to follow suit again because of these new variants and stuff like that. People are getting concerned. But anyway, guys, just want to throw that out there. People are asking me, and the answer, quite frankly, is we don't know. Nobody knows. There's nobody in this world right now that knows how this is going to end. You know, it's a mess, you know, and I think we might be in this for another year or more, you know. It seems to be that a lot of the politicians throughout the world are not really fixated on fixing this, or just don't care, or they just inept at fixing it, or the countries are broke. Some of the countries are broke out there. Some of the third world and developing countries, some of those countries are broke, you know, and they don't have the money to vaccinate people or what have you. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope that helps somebody. That's all we know, guys. That's all I can give you, you know. And I don't think there's anybody out there. There's no other vlogger out there that's going to be able to give you any better information than what I gave you, and that's not much, unfortunately. But God bless, guys. Take care.